We just arrived in Rio from São Paulo and we are very excited. We are gonna spend 3 days in the Cidade Maravilhosa. We are hosted in Copacabana, which is kind of the center of the city and it's closest to the most tourist attraction, which is what we're gonna do. And we're gonna give you a spoiler. We booked the helicopter ride to see the Cristo from above. I'm just super excited for it. The first stop of today is gonna look for a place to have breakfast. Let's go. Our first stop of the day was going to be O Café do Forte. Unfortunately, we did not plan ahead and we ended up having to wait, I think, more than 4 hours just to get into the Forte and then a few hours more to be served breakfast. So we ended up just getting a salgado here and there and I'm waiting for my tapioca. While we wait for that, we're gonna plan our next stop and finally see our first attraction here in Rio. My breakfast is finally here. I chose a sweet tapioca, which comes with Nutella, some banana and strawberries. Cheers! We finally reached our first tourist destination here in Rio. We are gonna go on a tram ride here at the Bonde de Santa Teresa. We are in the historical center of Rio, which is a few metro stops from Ipanema, where we were a few minutes before, and it's a few minutes from the Carioca station. Let's go. We just bought our tickets to join the Santa Teresa Bonde. This is a circular one. You can either get on or get off from whatever station. You can return here or you can even explore the Santa Teresa Barrio a little bit more. And I think that's what we're going to do. The line is incredibly long. I think we'll be waiting here for almost an hour. And there's, I think, at least half an hour more to go. I really suggest you come a little bit earlier or maybe later when it's, you know, closer to close. Otherwise, I think you're going to be waiting for a long time. just got our acarajé here from a local stand. This is a typical food from Bahia, but we're gonna have it here in Rio. It's like a deep fried dough, and it's filled with camarão, so it's fried shrimps. Usually acarajé is very spicy, since Bahian food is also known to be very spicy, but we asked it with, we usually called it frio, which means cold, with no spices. Let's try it. So good.
Do you like it?
I love it. I'm gonna try it whole. Let me see if I can fit it in my mouth. It's very nice. I really love it. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's try it.
¿Cómo que?
We ended up stopping at the Santa Teresa stop. We wanted to enjoy, you know, this atmosphere that you can feel here. There are tons of restaurants, tons of street vendors. As you can see, we just enjoyed one acarajé, but there is one restaurant after the other where you can enjoy Baiano food, Rio de Janeiro food, you know, the best Brazilian food ever. We are gonna go downhill a little bit because I think that the bungee is coming down, and we are gonna go and see the next attraction. We loved exploring the Santa Teresa neighborhood, but it's time for us to go down. We're waiting for the bungee to come. I've been told that it's like 10 minutes. What is nice about the bungee is that with the same ticket you can literally stop in every you know, station and just reuse the same one for 4 hours. So I think that for 20 reais that is worth it. We are gonna go down now, and we're gonna decide whether if we wanna go to the Escadaria Salerón or if we wanna go and try and catch the last bungee to the Corcovado. The bungee is coming downstairs. As you can see, there is a line of people, and there is usually one person that singles out which one can, you know, can go up, because usually it's very full.
Lago dos Guimarães, Centro de Santa Teresa, restaurante, ateliê de pintura, lojinha, cinema.
As you can see, a lot of people stop here because it's full of restaurants. We're gonna wait a second, you know, we're gonna let people go down, and we'll wait to be cold.
Muito estreitinho, você só pisa bem forte. Você é mais larguinho. Oi, cadê a Aninha? Eles estão na frente da gente.
Licença. Bom dia, tudo bem? Tem o meu ingresso aqui. São dois. I didn't get the occasion to show you before how is the bungee is from the inside. This is all mechanical, manual, right? Yeah, everything is manual, and it seems like most of the infrastructure is, you know, from when the bungee was first installed. It's quite a nice ride, and as it doesn't seem like it, but it goes pretty quickly and pretty fast, so you get a nice wind out. As you can see, crashes are very common here. We didn't really crash, we just touched with a little bus that was coming up first. Luckily, you know, the driver is an expert. And down we go again.
Hey.
What?
I think that was 16 reais.
16 yen, like
Yeah.
no more than 5 euros. Like
Not more than 5 years. And look at the size of this. Wow. Here in the Lapa is found the world famous Escalaria Salerón. We are really amazed by how many people there are here. And this place is kind of a postcard of Rio. If you don't really know the story about the Escalaria, I'm just gonna tell you real quickly. The artist that made the Escalaria almost went bankrupt in order to get all the, I don't really know the name of it in English, I believe that it's called azulejos as well. And they all come from different parts of the world. And the artist almost went bankrupt trying to finish the whole art here. It's really full of people. We are gonna try and show you the most of it, but it's really beautiful and you don't really have to visit when you come to Rio. We're just leaving the Lapa, and as it was too hot we decided to Uber our way to the Corcovado. Uber is a great way if you want to move yourself around the city, as it is a little bit cheaper than the taxi and you can preview the value of how much you're going to pay. We are going to go to Corcovado hoping to get the last bungee up to the Cristo. I believe that it's at 5 p.m. Let's see if we can make it. Guys, we just bought our ticket to see the Cristo Redentor. This is the prices here. Usually you will pay 122 reais per
Obrigado.
person. Muito obrigada. I was saying that you usually get one ticket for 122 reais per person. We're going to put on the screen how much that is in euro. We're actually getting the last bungee up to the Corcovado, which is at 5 p.m. We're hoping to stay at least 1.5 hours. Guys, remember, the bungee is the only official way to get to the Cristo, as it also includes the entry ticket once you get up the Corcovado. Usually there are some vans outside that try to sell you, you know, the ride up to the Corcovado, and then you will have to pay the ticket separately. It is a nice way if you want to do a solo ride, but it's a little bit more expensive. So let's go and catch this bungee here. Guys, this is the entry to the Bungee do Corcovado. We haven't said it yet, but Corcovado is the mountain where the Cristo Redentor was built. The train is about to leave, but I just wanted to show you a little bit how that is inside. So this is the wagon of the train. As you can see, there's tons of windows, so it's going to be a panoramic ride. We're going to show you a little bit about it. We just arrived here at the top of the Corcovado. My heart is beating so fast. I'm just too excited. We're about to see the Cristo Redentor, guys. Guys, look at where we are. We are at the back of Christ. Oh look! I'm just too happy. I mean, the day hasn't started that well. I mean, it was a little bit cloudy, but thank God we can at least see a little bit of the Cristo. Let's see. We took a break from video recording. We just wanted to appreciate the moment, and that was the best thing we could have ever done. Christ the Redeemer was one of my dreams for me to see it in person, apart from being, you know, one of the several pictures of him. And it really stays up to his name. I mean, we were so lucky because when we got here, it was very cloudy, but out of nowhere, shine behind the Christ, and I'm just amazed. And apart from the Christ, you can see all those beautiful details. I mean, it's amazing. You can see all the parts of Rio de Janeiro, guys. This is how we're ending our night. Coming back from Corcovado, we were so tired. We ended up buying 2 pizza slices. This one is chicken with catupiry and this one is calabresa. It's like salami. I'm gonna try it for the first time, but I think we're gonna go straight to bed after. Second day, and luckily we woke up with a beautiful sky because we have a surprise for you guys. We are going to do our helicopter ride. Let's go. Our helicopter leaves from the Barra da Tijuca, which is another Rio neighborhood, and the most economic way to get there is to get the metro from Copacabana and just be dropped off at the last station, which is at the beginning of the Barra. From there, then we'll probably get an Uber and Uber our way to the heliporto. We just arrived at the metro station of the Barra da Tijuca. From here, we're gonna Uber to the airport. At the airport, and the Uber just left us here at the Vertigo Hill, which is the agency we are gonna fly with. We're just so excited. It's a beautiful day, the most beautiful one I've ever seen here in Rio. We are gonna go and check it now.
Sunday morning rain is falling. Still some covers share some skin. Crowds are shrouding us in moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the more where I'm in. But then just gets so crazy.
We'll be told that this is the one that we're going to put first, and then on the helicopter we're going to have a second one just to tie ourselves in a little bit more. I'm going to talk to you guys while I get ready. As I've been told that you can't really have your hair loose, you need to tie it. I'm just really nervous. We've been through, security stuff, It seems fun, but we've been told that maybe when the helicopter takes off, we're gonna be a little bit
Tudo bem?
scared.
Se
But
você
we're really
estiver sentada,
excited.
senta ali no baú pra ver se eles viram. Pode ir, gente. Realmente ali, vocês não fiquem deitados o dia todo. Até 2 da tarde, porque... Nossa. Que coisa bonitinha essa aí.
We're almost ready to fly. Our helicopter is here. We're all ready. We have our cameras, we have all the equipment. We're ready to go.
Mas que nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Este samba que é misto de maracatu. É samba de preto velho, samba de preto tu. Mas que nada, você não vai querer que eu chegue no final. Mas que nada, sai da minha frente que eu quero passar. Pois o samba está animado, o que eu quero é sambar. Mas que nada, we gon' make you feel the hot. The beat says what you make this, you know sambar. Mas que Mas que
Mas que nada. Black eyed peas came to make it hotter. We beat the fire starter. Bubbling up just like lava, heated like a sauna. Penetrating through your body armor. Rhythmically we massage ya. With hip hop mix up with samba, with samba. And we won't stop until we get ya. Till we get y'all saying.
Guys, we just left our helicopter there. As you guys can see from the clips that we're gonna put in the video, that was amazing. I think it was one of the best experiences we've ever had. I've never thought that it was going to be that amazing. I mean, we saw all the, you know, Instagram posts, all the Instagram reels, but nothing compares to the real thing. When the pilot told us, you can put your feet up if you want, I was like, do I have to? But it was amazing. After the helicopter ride, we just ended up eating at a buffet restaurant closest to Copacabana, and we're now just enjoying the Calçadão, which is this beautiful street that runs around the Copacabana. Here behind me is the Copacabana Palace, the most famous hotel in Rio. Unfortunately, we're not posted there, but look how beautiful that is. It's a scenario of, I don't know how many movies, how many series, and it's just world known. Guys, it is a little bit later on the day. We ended up not filming anymore because we weren't doing much. We were going around Copacabana, exploring the area a little bit. We saw the Copacabana Palace and we ended up just going back to our hotel, changing clothes. You know, you can't really say it, but I have my bikini underneath and we're here in Ipanema just enjoying the beach a little bit. As you can see, we enjoyed the sunset and it's now almost, I believe, 7 p.m. The vibes here are really nice. Everybody is enjoying the beach. There are a few vendors as well, so you can still have, I believe, some caipirinha and some fruit. But for today, that's it for the video. I hope you really enjoyed it. The best part of the day for me was flying over the Cristo. That was one of the best experiences that I think I'll never forget. If you'd like to know more about it, please don't forget to also follow our Instagrams. I'm gonna put the Instagram handle right here. You can send any questions about our Rio trip.
When you close your eyes and you go to sleep, and it's down to the sound of a heartbeat, I can hear the things that you're dreaming about. When you open up your heart and the truth comes out, you tell me that you want me, you tell me that you need me, you tell me that you love me, and I know that I'm right, 'cause I hear it in the night. I hear the secrets that you keep, when you're talking in your sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep, when you're talking in your sleep. When I hold you in my arms at night, don't you know you're sleeping in a spotlight? And all your dreams that you keep inside, you're telling me the secrets that you just can't hide. You tell me that you want me, you tell me that you need me, you tell me that you love me, and I know that I'm right, 'cause I hear it in the night. I hear the secrets that you keep, when you're talking in your sleep. I hear the secrets that you keep.
This is our third day in Rio and we're starting the day with this beautiful view. We decided to have breakfast here in the Café do Forte. The Café do Forte hosts two cafeterias. One is the historical Cafeteria Colombo and the other one is Café 18 do Forte. We ended up choosing the Cafeteria Colombo, but both of them are delicious for what we have seen. The Café do Forte is actually at the end of Copacabana. You can see that the beach there is Copacabana and the entry of the Forte is that right here. You have to pay 10 reais for the entry and you might have to wait a little bit. We will have to suggest you to probably come during the week. Today is Tuesday and we only had to wait roughly, I would say, not more than half an hour, but we tried coming here on a Sunday and the waiting list was for 4 hours. We ended up choosing, better and we came today. The view, the beach is very, very beautiful. It's not really a sunny day today, but you get to enjoy the view and we'll have it with a little breakfast in a little while.
When you're talking in your sleep, I hear the secrets that you keep, when you're talking in your sleep.
While we wait sites for our coffee, we decided to explore a little bit more the fortress. The fortress of Copacabana has a very important role in the history of Rio de Janeiro. If you guys don't know, Rio has once been the capital of Brazil during the 1900s, and the fortress was actually built to protect the Cidade Maravilhosa from any attack from overseas. The fortress has now a very important role in the city as well, as it became an historical museum, and it's a really interesting point for tourists as well.
Stand by me, oh, stand by me, oh, stand by me, stand by me.
We are here visiting the inside of the fort, and these constructions are really amazing. This is a cannon from the 1900s. It seems like it was never used, likely because Rio was never actually really attacked. But look at the size of the bullets. I mean, I do call them bullets because I don't really know the name, but it seems amazing. This is like the lower part of the cannon that we just saw upstairs. Here you can just walk through these alleys and see all the military equipments. Oh my god, guys, look at this room. Oh, this is how they were made. As I've told you guys before, we are at the bottom of where we were before. So here is where all the military equipment was stored. I don't know how much this weighed, but they just seem like, what is a ton? We finally got our seat at the cafe, and we were lucky enough to have a seat at the Moreta. This is what you have to say if you want to sit near the balcony. The view is just amazing. We just ordered the coffee as well. We ended up choosing the brunch, which is for 2 people, and it comes with loads of things we're going to show you in a little bit. I can't really wait to taste it. We saw so much about this place on TikTok and Instagram that I really hope it stays up to its standard. Breakfast is finally here. Guys, look at this table. We do have a different selection of what is a Brazilian breakfast. Obviously, we ordered, each one of us got a drink. So I got a hot chocolate, my husband got a coffee. Each one of us, I've already started it, but we got an orange juice, and this is directly from the orange, which we call it here suco natural. Each one of us got a yogurt with granola. We do have a selection of cheese and some like ham, but from Brazil. We do have fried egg, a selection of freshly made bread, which one we also tried the pão de queijo. We do have fruit. This is personally one of my favorite fruit from Brazil, and it's called mamão. We don't really have that one in Europe, so I'm just gonna eat all of it. We do have cupcake, we do have butter, we do have marmalade, so we just can't wait to try it. And with this beautiful view, it doesn't get better than this.
ilumina o meu delírio, liberte sim. Me encontra uma saída, pede sim. Me deixa algumas pegadas, escapadinho até o fim do mundo. Agora quando a luz sumiu, poeta Tom.
In the blink of an eye, we are already on the other side of Rio de Janeiro. We are actually at the São Conrado station because we are going to do a little bit of a, an atypical tourist thing. You guessed it. We are going to go to do a moto taxi tour to get to know the favela da Rocinha.
Fala.
Ready to go?
KY XXX.
We are at our first stop of the moto taxi tour. We just entered the Nordestino restaurant, which is a restaurant from the northeast part of Brazil. Guys, these vibes here are immaculate. I'll show the restaurant a little bit to see. There are all images from the northeast Brazil, and we do have a few minutes to drink something before we go again. And we ended up with 2 chopp de Brahma. Chopp is like desgracia, and Brahma is a typical beer from
Tá
Brazil.
gelada? Tá
Look
gelada?
at this, guys. I think this is served at minus 13 degrees. That's the best way to drink beer here in Brazil. Cheers. We just finished our show with the Brahma and we're ready to go to our next stop. We're gonna hop on the motorbike again, and our next stop is the most Instagrammable place of the Rocinha, which is the Mirante. Guys, as you would say in Portuguese, pega a visão. Look at this view. It is a little bit rainy, but you still get the vibe. Stop of our moto tour. We are at the Mirante da Rocinha, the most Instagrammable place here in the Rocinha. Guys, the view is amazing. We are seeing there a part of the Bahia from you. The vibes here are just immaculate. The moto taxi left us here as the tour stops now. We're gonna enjoy a drink or two maybe here at the Laje, da Rocinha. Before leaving, the motorboy actually told us that the Rocinha stops right there, and from there starts a richer part of Rio. That one is the American school, a Escola Mexicana, which is the most expensive school here in Rio, and it's just next to the favela. As I said, we're gonna enjoy a few drinks now, and then we're gonna find our way to Copacabana. Let's talk about a little bit how we ended up here in the favela. We were just scrolling through Instagram and we ended up encountering a profile that says Mirage da Rocinha Moto Tour. At the beginning you wouldn't really see any tours going up here in the favela because the reputation wasn't the greatest, but we ended up just scrolling through the posts of the profile that I'm going to put right here, and we ended up discovering that you can actually visit the Rocinha and see for yourself if it's worth it or not. I'm gonna give you a spoiler, it is worth it. It's nice to also, get to know the Brazil with S of Rio de Janeiro. We ended up paying 60 reais per person. 60 reais, and it's included the motor taxi tour up until here, the Mirage da Rocinha, and you get to stop in a few places. For example, we show you that we stopped at the Nordestino restaurant, we saw one Laje, and we're actually here at the Mirage. We didn't end up paying the entry from here, that is 15 reais, because that was included in the whole price. The only thing that is not included is the motor tour taxi or the combi ride back to the beginning of the Rocinha. We are here at another beautiful part of the Rocinha, what is the Instagrammable famous mural, and we are just enjoying a little bit of the view. We're sorry if we didn't put a lot of shots going up the morro with the motor taxi, because being a favela, there are some places where you can't really film, and we were grateful that the guides would actually tell us, you can film here, you can't film there, so we were informed. But I hope you really got the vibe of how it is to ride a motor taxi. I even got to do a video for the Instagram of our motor tour. We're gonna put their handle here, and you can go check it out if you want to reserve it for yourself. We're gonna try this beautiful bobó de camarão directly from the favela da Rocinha. Let's taste it. Guys, it tasted so good, It's amazing. You can really feel the coconut. Amazing. Cheers. We just left the Rocinha right now. We ended up getting another motor taxi to descend from the Mirante. We just walked around there, we saw a couple of shops, and we even had some açaí and a podrão. If you don't know, here in Rio, a podrão is a hot dog, literally, but it's filled with lots of things. It's not only the hot dog itself. Anyway, it was really good. I just wanted to, make a little comment about the tour that we had today. If you saw any of the clips that we added to the video, the Rocinha is not only a favela, it's literally a city in the city of Rio de Janeiro. There are shops, there are dentists, there is hairdresser, there's everything that you need to have. You just need to have the right company to get in. Anyway, we're now at the metro station. We are gonna get the metro to get to Copacabana again, and we're probably gonna go to the beaches a little bit more. Let's go. So we're just back from the Rocinha, and we ended up just buying a tapioca. I got my one with Nutella, banana, and some strawberries, and my husband got a salty one. The lady is just here, just in front of the metro station, Cantagallo, Copacabana. But now we're going to the hotel, maybe rest a little bit, and we'll see if we head to the beach or not. It's been a few hours since we have updated you guys, and we're already here at the airport. We are at the Galeão airport here in Rio de Janeiro. We are already leaving Rio. Our stay here was amazing. We really enjoyed every moment. I hope you really like also watching our videos. If you like it, please don't forget to like this video, comment and share with someone who wants to get to know you a little bit more. And also don't forget to subscribe to this channel because the adventure doesn't stop here. We are already embarking to go to Bahia, but obviously we're gonna have a lot of saudade from here. Bye!
Conhece? Não, e tu? Também não. Jeito de rica, né não? Ah, sei lá, pelo cabelo. Se for, qual o problema? Qual o problema? Já viu rico namorar pobre?